Welcome back to SweeTings. Today I am showing you how to clean your apples for your candy apples or chocolate covered apples, caramel apples, just how to clean your apples period before you eat them, okay? As you can see, I have my pot of hot boiling water. What you can add to the water is either baking soda or apple cider vinegar or both if you would like. But the hot water is going to help melt that wax off of the apples, okay? Most apples, I want to say all, but I am not all knowing. But most apples have wax over the apple to keep it shiny, keep it presentable in the supermarkets. But when you get home, you need to take that wax off because it is not healthy for our bodies. So once you put the apple in the hot water, you let it sit for about, let's say 10 seconds, swirling it around to make sure all sides get access to the hot water. This is going to melt the wax. As soon as you take the apples out of the pot, you want to wipe it down with a paper towel or a cloth, but you want to wipe off all that excess wax off or it will turn white. Choose to use a bigger pot and put more than one apple into the pot. I prefer to do one apple at a time, so I am paying attention to that one apple. You do not want the apple sitting in the hot water for an excess amount of time or it will start to get soft because the apple will start cooking. As you can see, that wax is sitting at the top of that water. That is all that wax and dirt that we cleaned off of the apples. Now, as soon as you finish wiping off of the apples, you want to sit them in a pot of cold water. This will stop the apples from cooking from the hot boiling water, and the colder the water, the better. All right, so this is one of the apples that I washed about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. And the reason why we let it sit for as long as possible is because of the condensation that comes out of the apples from sitting after we clean the wax off. If you leave this on the apple, you will get bubbles in your apple when you dip the apple. So this condensation slash sap that comes out, it's like a sticky sap and condensation that comes on the apple. This is what we want to not be there. Now these apples have been sitting for 48 hours. These are cleaned, no wax. And when you clean apples and take the wax off and you let it sit for a day or two, this is how it looks. It's still fresh, still firm, still hard. So it's not old, but this is how apples look when it doesn't have that fake wax on it. So the apple is still firm, no soft spots. And if I cut into the apple, it'll still be good to eat. But this is why you should clean your fruit before you eat it, because they spray artificial stuff on it and wax on it to make it look presentable. Because if we go in a store and see these apples, we wouldn't want to buy them. But this is how they are supposed to look without the fake wax on them.